Hello, welcome to another Class Arena video tutorial on PHP. Today we'll be taking you on PHP variables. Basically, variables are containers for storing information, just like a location, in house where you drop something for later retrieval. Alright, so we'll go ahead and see more about it. In PHP, the variable starts with a $sign followed by the name of the variable. Let's see example. We define a variable txt and we assign hello world to it. Variable txt and we assign what? Hello world. And here we also define a variable x and we assign a variable 5. And here we define a variable y and assign 10.5. You can see these three variables. The first one is a string, the second is an integer, and the last one is a float or double. That is one very good interesting thing about PHP. PHP has no room for data types. Alright? So once you assign your value to the variable, PHP automatically assign the data type to the type of value you provide. Alright? So PHP is dynamic. You understand? And that is why PHP is very, very good for beginners. Okay? Because this saves you a lot of time, a lot of things. Unlike Java, you have to define string, txt, int, x, and float or double. But here you can see that everything is just straightforward and just like that. So let's go ahead and continue with our tutorial. Rules in PHP variables. Let's just say variables as a whole, because so far the variable names or variable rules I've come across in different platforms, they are the same. If not almost the same, if not 900% the same. A variable starts with a $sign followed by the name of the variable. A variable name must start with a letter or the underscore character. A variable name cannot start with a number. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscore from A to Z, 0 to 9, and underscore. A variable or variable names are case sensitive. String H, small letter, and string H, capital letter, are two different variables. Remember that PHP variables are case sensitive, right? So, having said that, the only difference we have in PHP variable with others is the first one, which says a variable name must start with the $sign followed by the name of the variable. So that is the only difference. If not, in other programming languages, they're the same. Alright? So let's take note of that. Output variables. So let's see how we can output variables in PHP. The PHP echo statement is often used to output data to the screen. The following example will show you how to output text and variable. Very simple. Like this, we define a variable text right here, and we assign this value. Welcome to class Arena Video Tutorials, and we echo it here. And instead of this echo, we can decide to use print instead. Alright, there are other ones like the print app. Of course, in subsequent class, we'll be able to define or demonstrate how you can use the print app in PHP. Just like in Java to use print app. And print app comes with other attributes. Okay, so we get to see that when the time comes. Alright, so let's go further and see PHP Variables scope. In PHP, variables can be declared anywhere in the script. That's right. The scope of a variable is the part of the script where the variable can be referenced or used. PHP has three different variable scopes: the local, the global, and the static. So let's get to know them. A variable declared outside a function has a global scope and can only be accessed outside the function. Let's see example. We define variable x and assign 5 to it, and we state this is the global variable. Yes, that is a global variable because it's now outside this function. We now define a function, myText. Alright, so we can use this variable inside our function unless we use it with a variable, a global keyword. But we are going to that, so never mind. So we can see, for example, we say echo variable x inside a function is equal this variable defined. It will give us an error. Okay, but then using it outside of it, it will output our result, which is what? 5. It's as simple as that. This is how you can define a function in PHP. Very simple. And this is how you can also print whatever that, let's say, a variable that is outside. Never mind, we are going to that later. Alright. So a variable declared within a function has a local scope and can only be accessed within that function. Okay, unlike the first one, we defined a variable outside of this function. Now we are using we define this x inside the function myText. You can see it. So this makes it a local scope because it can only be accessed inside this function. For example, echo variable x inside function is x. So we trying to access this variable outside here will give us an error. Generate what? An error. So just take note of this. Very simple. You can just copy it to your text editor, save it, and try to run them and see how they work. Because you know them better while you practice them. Alright? So let's go to the next one. The global keyword, which I already displayed somewhere before now. The global keyword is used to access a global variable from within a function. To do this, use the global keyword before the variable inside the function. So like this two guys here, we define the variable x and assign 5 to it, and also the variable y equal time. So now using it inside here, now we use the global variable, the global keyword to call these two variables here. Do you understand? It's more like redefining them inside inside the function, but then we are not assigning any more values to it. Yet, so as we do it this way, it will automatically get whatever that is here, whatever that has been assigned to it, and give it to us here. So here we see variable y. This is new variable for us here. Sorry, we define it here. So we are saying y equals x plus y. Then it will output us. It will output a value for us, which is going to be equal to 15. So as you can see here, we say echo this y. Do you understand? So just take this y as a new variable, because it's not working with this guy. So this one is more like a local variable now. Alright? So now we are printing this local variable here, and it will actually activate what 15, because 5 plus 10 equals 15. And that is just that. Very simple. Alright? So let's go ahead and see other ones. Global variables and array. PHP also stores all global variables in an array called the globals index. The index holds the name of the variable. This array is also accessible from within the function and can be used to update global variables directly. Okay, this is another format, another way of working with the previous one we just saw there. Okay, using an array, using an array global keywords of variable, etc. Okay, so no whatsoever. So just like here, we define x equal 5, y equal 10. Now, the difference between that one is that we don't have this $sign, and the global is not plural, it's single, global, not globals. Okay, and then we now have this, which defines the array. Then now the variable that we intend to place inside, which is our y, and this x plus this. So we can say x. So the only difference here with that one is just this globals, and globals. Okay. So something we have a printer y. Alright. So we still have the same output as 15. So that is that. Let's go ahead and see other. Alright, so normally when a function is completed or executed, all of its variables are deleted. However, sometimes we want a local variable not to be deleted. We need it for a further job. So for example, we have this function here where we declare a local variable x, of course with our static keyword, which will now make this variable a static variable, so that its value will not be deleted any time or each time we run the code. Alright, so here we say the variable should be echoed after, the variable should be echoed and also be increased by 1. Okay, and you can see we have put this function right here 3 times. The first one will have 0, the second one 1, and the third one going to give us 2, because we say we should start from 0 right here. Alright, so that is just what we're trying to explain. Alright, so thank you for watching this video. Subscribe for my subsequent videos.